A lot of your posts on Instagram talk about myths, and then
Yeah.
like you post the myth and then you have the fact. So I went
Yeah.
through and I found some that would be fun to chat about. The first one is you can't take hot baths during
So
pregnancy.
that is a myth that you can still take a hot bath if you're in, like, let's say a hot tub. It's still not recommended to be in a hot tub when you're pregnant because that water temperature stays at like a constant.
Mm,
So a bath, if you get into a bath, even if it's a pretty hot bath, eventually it's going to cool down. It's going to get to your body temperature or lower, and it's completely fine. So yeah, hot baths are totally fine. My disclaimer is if you get into a really hot bath and you are having symptoms like you're starting to get dizzy or you're starting to really sweat or you're not feeling so well or you're starting to get nauseous, then get out
yeah.
or call for help and get out. But if you get into a bath and you're comfortable, everything's fine. You're not, feeling odd at all. Enjoy your bath. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
So the next one is be quiet, baby is sleeping.
Yeah, so that one is a myth, that you have to be really quiet, around a newborn baby because they're just going to wake up at anything. No, that is absolutely a myth. If you think about when they came out of, so your body is actually a pretty loud place, because you've got your blood flow, you're talking, the people around you are talking,
Oh,
you're in your world, like there's just environmental sounds. It's not like it's somewhat muffled in there, obviously, but your blood flow is actually pretty loud. So when baby's born, you actually want to be pretty loud so that your baby doesn't get used to like
silence.
silence. Exactly. Yeah.
Number 3, Fundal rubs are like massages.
Yeah. So Fundal rubs, that is a myth that they are like massages and that they are like nice and relaxing. They're not. That's the myth part of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, Fundal rubs are basically what we're doing as nurses afterwards. One of the big things that we're looking for is your bleeding afterwards, because especially in the first couple hours after you have a baby, you're at the highest risk of having a postpartum hemorrhage. So the reason why we do Fundal rubs is we're just checking on that top part of the uterus and making sure that it's first of all in the middle of your abdomen, and I'm feeling where it is located, and then I'm also feeling how hard it is. So we want it to be contracting back down. So your uterus is like a big muscle that gets really stretched out when a baby's inside of it, and then when the baby comes out, it has to contract back down to normal size. And if it doesn't, if it's what we call boggy, if it's kind of just like, you know, like not
Hanging out.
contracting, yeah, hanging out, then everything is kind of a little bit more dilated, and your blood vessels are a little bit more dilated, and you can bleed more.
So the next one is sleeping on your back while pregnant is super dangerous.
Yeah, so that can be dangerous, but it's not always dangerous. So what I tell people with that one is you have big blood vessels. Everybody has big blood vessels that run down your back. Okay. And when you get really big, heavy pregnant in your third trimester, your uterus is really heavy, and it can put pressure on those blood vessels and shunt blood away from your vital organs. With that said, that certainly can happen if you're in your third, especially in your third trimester. And that can be not only dangerous for you, but it can be dangerous for baby because it's not only shunting blood away from your body parts, but it's shunting blood away from baby, away from your placenta. What I tell people is if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're on your back, just roll over. Okay. Don't freak out that, oh my gosh, I've been on my back forever. Like, is my baby okay? Oh my God. Typically, what's going to happen is you are going to start to have symptoms like you're going to start to feel lightheaded, or you're going to start to feel nauseous or dizzy if you're in that category of like your uterus is pressing on those blood vessels. So if you wake up and you're not having any of those symptoms, like you're 99.9% of the time fine, nothing's an issue.
Okay, so next one is a good one. So
Yeah.
everybody poops when they push to
Yeah,
give birth. Let's clarify that, to give birth.
that is a myth. I would say that if you're having a vaginal delivery, probably 60-70% of people poop at least like a little bit. Not everybody does. If I have a patient and she's pooping while she's pushing, first of all, that's a really good thing because she's
Yeah.
pushing in the right way. Okay. And second of all, it's just going to happen because if you think about like the physiology of or the anatomy of it, baby's head, your vagina's here, your rectum's here. Okay. You got a big old baby head inside your vagina and it's just pushing, a bunch of pressure on that rectum as it's coming out. So anything in that rectum is going to get squished and it's going to come on out. Okay. So yeah, that's really the answer.